everyone, in this video we will be adding and subtracting rational expressions, and this is the first part. In this part we're gonna have like fractions. Like fractions means their denominator are the same. Before we go over this examples we have right here, let's have a review on the basics of adding and subtracting rational expressions. Like fractions are fractions that have the same denominator. So in this figure that we have here, we have a over b and c over b are like fractions since both of their denominators are the same, which is b. And in this case right here, it's the same thing. They both have the same denominator, b. So these two fractions and these two fractions are considered like fractions. So in adding and subtracting like fractions, all we need to do is just to add or subtract the numerator, so that is a plus c. That's how we got a plus c over there. And then we keep the denominator, so we copy the common denominator, which is b. So the same thing for subtraction here, so a minus c. So we're subtracting only the numerators, so a minus c, and then we keep the common denominator, which is b. Now please remember that this expressions that we have here would only be true when b is not equal to 0. Because if in any case b is 0, then it is undefined. Okay, in order that we can add and subtract these rational expressions right here, we need to follow some steps. The first step is to make sure that their denominators are the same. So we can only add fractions if their denominators are the same. So looking at this first example, we can see that their denominators are the same. So then we are good. So we're ready to move on to the second step. The second step is to add or subtract the numerators and keep the common denominators and simplify. So in this problem right here, I'm just gonna copy their common denominators. So that would be x squared plus 3x minus 1. So I'm just gonna write them all out. So I copied their common denominators. Then I will add their numerators. So then I will put the x plus 3, and then that's a plus in between, and then the other fraction would the other numerator would be 2x minus 1. So what are we going to do next is we distribute the plus to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So we distribute this, and so we can go ahead and say that we are able to come up with x plus 3. Positive times a positive 2x is a positive 2x, and then positive times a negative 1 is a negative 1, and that is over. So we keep the denominator, that's x squared plus 3x minus 1. So then we go ahead and combine like terms in order that we can simplify. So then we can go ahead and say that the like terms are x and 2x. So x plus 2x is 3x, and then we have positive 3 minus 1 would be a positive 2. So I'm going to write this as 3x plus 2 over their denominator would be x squared plus 3x minus 1. So this is the sum of this two rational expression up there. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So it's pretty much the same thing. We follow the same steps. The first step is to make sure that their denominators are the same. So in this fractions right here, both denominators are the same, so that we can go ahead and write their common denominators. So that would be x squared plus 4. And then we put these two numerators next to each other, but we're going to subtract them instead of adding them. So that would be 4x minus 5 minus 2x minus 7. So this is for the first numerator, this is for the second numerator, and that's the minus, that's the operation in between these two rational expressions. So then we go ahead and distribute the negative to both terms inside the parentheses. So this would come out 4x minus 5. Negative times a positive 2x is a negative 2x. Negative times a negative is a positive 7. So then that is over. Their common denominator is x squared plus 4. So that we can go ahead and combine like terms. So we have the 4x minus 2x is actually 2x. I'm just gonna write 2x right there, and then we combine these two constants here, negative 5 plus 7 is a positive 2. So I go ahead and write 2x plus 2 over x squared plus 4. So this is the difference between these two rational expressions right there. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next example right here. So we pretty much have the same steps to follow in order that we can determine their sum or their difference. The first step is to make sure that the denominators are the same. So if we look at this problem right here, both of their denominators are the same, which is x squared minus 3x minus 10. So then we can go ahead and write their common denominators right here. So I'll show the work on the side here. Their common denominator is x squared minus 3x minus 10. And that is, we add the numerators. So that's 3x minus 2 plus the other numerator is negative 2x minus 3. So then we go ahead and distribute the positive to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So then this would come out. Okay, so we've come up with this expression right here. Now, notice that this x squared minus 3x minus 10 can be factored out using the box and diamond. So I'm going to show the box and diamond for the denominator right here on the side. So that would be okay, so the factors for x squared minus 3x minus 10 is x minus 5x plus 2. So that we can go ahead and rewrite this as x minus 5 over x minus 5 times x plus 2. Now notice that x minus 5 and x minus 5 are the same, so that we can go ahead and cross this out. So once we cross this out, we remember that if nothing is left in there, that is actually equal to 1. So we can go ahead and write this as 1 over x plus 2. So the sum of these two rational expressions is 1 over x plus 2. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so pretty much we have the same step. The first step is to make sure that the denominators are the same. So in this problem right here, both denominators are the same, so we're good. So we're now ready to move on to the second step. The second step is to add or subtract the numerator and keep the common denominator and simplify. So in this problem right here, we can go ahead and keep their common denominators. That would be x squared plus 2x minus 3, and then we're going to subtract the numerators. The first one is 7x plus 10 minus, that's going to be 2x minus 5. So then we distribute the minus to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So that would be what are we going to do next is we are going to factor out each of these. So the first one that we factor would be this, the numerators. I'm just going to show the work up here. So this is going to be 5x plus 15. We can factor out their common, we can factor out their GCF. So this would be 5 times 3. And so that's 15. This 5x can be broken down into 5 times x. So their GCF is 5. And so the GCF right here is 5. And so we can factor it out. That would be 5 times x plus 3. So the numerator here will come out 5 times x plus 3 over the denominator. We are going to use the box and diamond for this. I'm going to show the work on the side here. Okay, so we simplify, so we can cross out the x plus 3 and x plus 3. So then the difference between these two rational expressions there would be 5 is the leftover on top, and that is over x minus 1. So we go ahead and put this inside the box. So this is our final answer. That's the difference between those two rational expressions. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!